Whoop, 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 whoop. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we have a fairly low-impact session. I say this is Chapter 1. This is probably more like Prelude Chapter to Story 2. But yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be doing some downtime stuff today. Predominantly, we're going to be focusing on, oh yeah, I was showing our players the, lone cross in their entire village. That is your cross. That is where people go to pray. Alright, now, time to drag you back over here. Also, welcome to the new village. We'll go over what everything is here soon. The players got a little sneak preview end of last session so that they could orient themselves to things. But this is going to be your house, for lack of a better phrasing. It is a large structure that has separate rooms for all of you. And yeah, we are going to be going over the basically a 1 year's downtime. So between last session and what we'll be starting next session, more or less, will be a whole year of time gone by, which means which means we will be going through a few scenes that are happening in sort of a nebulous time span between last session and a year from now. So they'll be players will be asking questions, they'll be getting to figure out new people, and they'll be talking to their sires and finding out things that they want to know about. This can be what might be considered dumb questions, like who is it safe to drink from? Why do I feel this way when I drink from people? Why can I only drink on people who are really, really, really in their feelings about laudanum? And, you know, other things like that. Additionally, they get to ask about their powers. One of our players wanted to get some training at potentially other disciplines. And a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a lot of comprehensive stuff that we could take several sessions for an entire year, but I would like to sort of speed through with some Spark Notes-esque things. There will be roleplay involved, specifically with their sires or anyone they specifically want to have interest in. That means Ida will have to openly flirt on screen. It'll be great.
No. I was literally sitting here like begging, like, please don't make me do it on screen. Please don't make me do it on screen.
We're gonna have one whole scene dedicated to you and Joshua. It'll be great.
No!
Maybe if I'm very quiet, no one will notice I'm on screen. You got this.
It'll just be the entire scene will just be them sitting there awkwardly.
Just be sitting there, staring, judging, silently.
And the three of us are gonna be sitting in the bush like the fucking How to Train Your Dragon meme.
Just giving thumbs up like, you got this! Josh was like, what's going on? It's okay.
Paying attention to the strange people in the bushes.
You also have the wonderful acknowledgement that the wonderful blood orgy that you all took part in happens monthly.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, what?
The blood orgy that you took part in when you did your Vauldery. Yeah, that happens
that
monthly.
Actively just made me choke on a mouthful of soup.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Well, that's not what you're supposed to be choking on, but...
Okay, come on now.
See, Ida was excited because she thought she didn't have to dread a monthly event involving blood now that she's dead, but apparently she still does have to dread a monthly event involving blood.
Blood, sex, and lots of nudity.
Yeah.
That's got to be some complicated feelings considering you're forced to enjoy it as it's happening. Anyway.
To some degree, yeah. Yeah. This is also the time where we will, I won't do this here, we'll do it, below board. Sorry, we'll do it likely off session, but figuring out if you guys want to move on to a path of enlightenment. It won't be something that happens over the year span, but it'll be something that you start working toward. And we will have narrative moments where it can potentially happen, because I don't really want to just have you come back a year later an entirely different person, which is effectively what a new path of enlightenment is. We'll be doing it as much on screen as we can. But yeah, at the start of the hour, let us introduce some new people. We'll start with the families first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And this will be a read up and let me know what you think, and if your character would be interested in getting to know them more. But here we have the Sansom family. The TLDR here is the Sansom family are known ranchers. Well, William is, and he is a good ranchman. He is a good land manager, and just sold off several herds of cattle to basically fund his trip here to start and do it all over again, because this is unclaimed wilderness, and he wants to create basically a cattle empire down here. Miranda is both his wife and right-hand woman. She is often with him on all his business ventures because she is quite a distracting visage. That's the long and short of it. She's very good at talking to people. She's just unbelievably beautiful, and she knows how to work her looks to help her husband get what he wants. And likewise, their daughter, also very beautiful, but not as social as her parents. She is, some say shy, but it's more she just intentionally does not go talk to people. It's less she cannot talk to people. She just chooses not to. She'd much rather endure book reading and enjoying her time alone than anything else. So, as I said to our wonderful players, I do apologize because I found a lot of pretty people. So, preemptively, I apologize for having extremely attractive people for coming side characters.
It's okay. We'll just make fun of you for it.
I mean, you could thank me for it too. Just
Motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, does the Sansom family interest anyone in particular?
A little bit for Ida. Considering I think our town is probably going to be built more around the ranching industry. It'll probably become a big focal point of the economy and how our town will literally physically be set up.
Okay, all right.
That's stockyard is probably going to be the domain event.
Elizabeth and Natalie.
Not particularly.
Okay. It's fine to say no. Like I said, I have a couple dozen individuals that I'm going to be revealing for you to have some interest in.
Yeah, it was mainly just iffy on Francesca, just as the, like, academic book learning, there might be a connection there, but there's not really any reason for either Lizzie or Francesca to approach each other, so if that happens eventually, maybe, but for right now, no.
Oh no, antisocial people not being drawn to each other? Who could have
Right?
predicted this? Dear Natalie?
Yeah, not particularly.
Okay. Natalie, I do have some that are specifically for you, just because I figured you might be a little covetous of your specific connections, given they are those two. And I should probably reveal them to myself, so that my player version of this screen can actually see what's going on.
Yay.
Bada boom. We have a Kelly Darkchild, and then a child, Rachel Violet. I don't know why I said child again. Kelly Darkchild, literally taking after another family we'll be revealing. They are Fairchild, the Fairchild family, and she is Darkchild because it pisses off their patriarch.
Yeah.
That's literally the reason for her moniker, because it's not literally her last name, that's just what she goes by. Both these ladies are women in your field of study. The only odd one, I say odd one, but this is actually pretty common, more common than we make it out to be in most modern media, but Rachel Violetta is also sort of an intellectual. She loves having conversations with her clients and doing debates with her clients, and has used that to her advantage of basically being like, if I can outsmart you, you'll pay me double my rate.
I also love that you just popped Helena Bonham Carter and Kristen Ritter in front of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have zero idea what you're talking about.
None of those
whatsoever.
people have been born yet. It's the 1800s.
Exactly.
They're vampires.
See?
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
I can believe it. Have you seen Helena Bonham Carter?
Yeah, yeah. You have no idea how it was hard.
Breathe the goth aesthetic.
It was so hard not to like name her like Penny Dreadful and just have that just be her name. We have George and John Whitestone. Unremarkable individuals. They are brothers. They're here avoiding something back home. They've been pretty open about the fact that they're avoiding something back home, but what that something is, no one really knows. And they're just trying to live a quiet life out here. They come into town. They have a small camp outside of town that they stay in, and they come into town, every few days after doing some work. Either getting hired as guns or as ranch hands. Usually on a day-to-day basis, doing day labor and whatnot.
Yeah, as long as they don't cause trouble. Definitely have construction jobs they can do.
Now we have the Fairchild family. We have James Fairchild. We have Frank Fairchild. We have his wife, Martha Fairchild. One of their sons, Fred Fairchild. I say sons. The only son. And then we have Samantha Fairchild. Fairchild family is I think the biggest family. Yeah, I think it's the biggest in terms of like named people that I have. They are kind of the inherent rivals to the Pride Flower family. Though that seems to be sort of a one-way rivalry between James Fairchild and the Pride Flower family specifically.
Yeah. I have a small, quick question.
Yes.
So, James is Frank's father,
Yep.
and then Frank and Martha are married,
Yep.
and they have Fred, Samantha, and
Just Fran and Samantha.
not not Helena, but Kristen, the dark child.
No.
She's not one of their children.
Kelly A. Darkchild
Mhm.
named herself Darkchild because James Fairchild, when he came into town, realized she was a whore and she's just, casually working, and basically, tried to guilt her heavily over it and just, besmirch
Oh,
her.
okay.
So,
So she has no relation to them. The name is just out of spite.
yes.
Okay, I thought it was because she was the black sheep of the family. No, that's okay, right? Cool.
Yeah. No, she did that because he was an asshole.
Fair enough.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Did you light a candle?
Well, someone's cooking downstairs. Poorly.
Now they didn't clean the stovetop. I'm gonna have to beat them. Next,
Probably not.
we have Erickson Manford and his wife, Delilah Manford. Why do you say uh-oh?
She looks crazy.
Why is that an uh-oh? You go for crazy all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying uh-oh for him.
He is a geological surveyor. Through the entirety of writing his background, I could not think of the term of geological surveyor. So he has some very interesting wording on what his job is.
Miner who has come to town seeking local stone and other resources.
Yeah. It shows that I lack a lot
Eric
of blue-collar
finds
terminology.
the veins of minerals and then sends word back to his parent company. Ideally, if he finds enough sort of minerals and metals to send a mining crew. Yeah, geological surveyor.
Yeah, that's literally what it is, but I could not think of that the entire time. I was like, I know there's a job title for this, but I don't remember what
Prospector?
it is. A prospector, geological surveyor, any of those would have been great. I just could not think of them.
Yeah, so he just put the definitions of them as in the background, basically.
And then his maybe cheating wife, maybe, question mark, high inflection.
Yeah, the wayward wife of Erickson, the woman has a bit of a reputation of visiting unwomanly-like places and talking to people very openly. But no one can really prove that she's unfaithful, nor does anyone want themselves to be implicated. Alright. I mean, do what you want, I guess.
Look, I'm just injecting some drama. Chill out.
No, that's fine.
We have Emily Whitfield, a fairly young woman who has come to town and literally is just looking for a husband. That is her goal. That is her stated goal.
Good for her.
On the topics of men probably not in the neighborhood for searching for a wife, you have Ernest Barnaby, who is a local, what we would normally call a blacksmith, but this is the 1800s and that just sounds barbaric, so he is a gunsmith.
Oh, he's autistic.
Yes.
He takes broken guns, repairs them, reduces their parts to make entirely new, if non-functional, sometimes guns. He doesn't want to do anything else, he just wants to work on guns.
Yep.
Perfect.
Like him already.
Here's your town's wonderful troublemaker.
Oh no,
Alex
he's cute.
Blackstone.
I know, right? They lack what everyone else has. doesn't get into more trouble. Fair enough. I also like Fred's art. He's just a little guy.
Anxiety pick number 2.
Oh. Okay, no worries. That's fine.
Just a guy.
We picked up by the family. Good for him. He's hot.
I mean, I hope so.
Anxiety pick number 1.
Oh. Of course.
Anxiety pick number 3.
Cool. I love having a warrant out for me. This doesn't make me stressed
Anxiety
at all.
pick number 4. Welcome, everyone, to the wonderful world you have wrought.
No.
Originally, this is going to be much easier, and then you all decide to let the tag-alongs die.
Well, I don't know about
What?
decided to let. It kind of just happened.
Look. They all seemed like a bunch of scoundrels and ragamuffins, so...
Yeah, but so is this one.
Yeah, but this one's our scoundrel and ragamuffin.
God. All right.
This one.
Dear Dodd, is there anyone that you feel Martin would find and sort of, spawn relationships with?
Well,
Rather,
Definitely
that he would
Ernest.
endeavor to have relationships with.
definitely Ernest. Upon hearing there's someone that can not only fix and repair, but also possibly make new guns, that's a worthwhile investment, all right.
Okay. So, he might not understand it, but he wants to get to know Ernest some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe just... I like talking with James Fairchild every now and again, just to kind of poke at, like, hey, people coming here, making businesses, I kind of want to be rich in the future, maybe. That'd be nice. Instead of just quietly being the law and hoping that I eventually get paid.
That's
Maybe.
if you want to be the law. I put that in there if you want to be. That just seemed like the most natural position for your
It
boy
kind
to
of
go
does,
into.
and you know what? It's a lot better than just being a homeless gunman. So I mean, it's a pretty natural fit.
Okay. I did also forget to reveal this man because I revealed him earlier, but he is also one of your new inhabitants. He's come within the last month or so.
A drunk priest.
Potentially drunk. Alright, so talking with James, talking with Barnaby. Anyone else?
Probably on occasion Blackstone, and
Okay.
having a newfound respect for religion, he's probably gonna start talking to the father every odd night, like maybe a weekly thing.
Okay. Well, good thing is church is usually a weekly thing.
I know, isn't that great? Apparently they just do that every week or something.
Yeah, except they do it at the crack of dawn.
So there are
Some
some
still do Saturday night ones.
there are some things that kind of get blended in the World of Darkness, as I'm sure at least two of our players might be curious about. One of them might also be curious because I think you're mostly a werewolf player. Is that correct, Ander?
Oh no, I've done
You've done
vampire and werewolf before.
Oh, okay. A lot of background vampire stuff is creating things that help them assimilate into society more, like midnight mass, to ensure that people, who clearly for the people who work all day, they kind of want to just be able to, or do their work at night, want to be able to still go to church. So late night things are often creations and contrivances of vampires in the World of Darkness. So if you're ever curious about, like, how do vampires survive if, the normal active part of the day is, gone and all their prey is essentially asleep, how are they not just breaking into houses? Well, they create contrivances like late night events and late night activities and whatnot for humans to go to and to partake in, and create entire industries around that. Now, I'm not going to force you four to figure out your various contrivances for that. Your sires are going to help you with that part. But this will aid in how you guys manage to have, relatively speaking, normal lives for the coming year. Okay, I got who Ander wants to talk to. Dear Ida, who are you interested in off our new roster here?
The newcomers, definitely want to meet with, William, James, and as well as, Mr. Prideflower. Not all at once, but separately, to help them establish their different little ranches they want to get going.
Okay.
And then, not really anyone else in particular. Couldn't really think of anyone that I was like, they would make a good proxy to run the town.
That's fair.
Suss that out.
All right.
I have some people in mind, but I know they wouldn't really want to do it. So, and it's not so much of a if they don't want to do it, I don't want to make them. It's more of a, if they don't want to do it, then it's gonna be like pulling teeth,
Yeah, no, I got you.
I want someone who's willing to do it.
To be fair, give them enough magical crack blood, and they'll probably do anything for you.
That's fair enough.
Fucking backflips if you ask.
Hey kid, do a flip.
Cool, like some drugs, do a flip.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, mostly just the heads of the families to establish what they're going to be doing in town and how we can help them get set up, and then continuing to go through people being like, so she'll probably meet almost everybody except for any people who are just passing through, but anyone that wants to establish themselves here, live here, she will meet with them and be like, hey, what are you good at? What do you want to do? How can we help you establish here? So George and John, okay, cool, we can get you working with the Sansoms or the Fairchilds or the pride flowers, that sort of thing.
Okie doke. Dear wonderful doctor.
So, and I promise I didn't do this on purpose, I feel like I would have at least, like, I don't really care how Alex feels about Lizzie. Lizzie has, like, taken a liking to Alex only because if he is constantly getting into fights, he's probably in the fucking clinic all the damn time, so she is probably the only person who has been patching him up through all of this.
Okay, that's fair.
And
that's
I feel
fair.
like she would have that kind of, like, oh god, what have you gotten into this time? Like, it didn't happen on purpose, but she's kind of almost taken on, like, a bit of a mothering role.
Okay. I will. So also to clarify, just to say I said it, these are people of note in town. Your town is probably about 100 people strong, in terms of like actual whole population. These are just the notable people.
Yeah, my follow-up question, building off of the Alex thing, was, I don't think any of the rest of these are actively jumping out at me that Lizzie would have, like, a meaningful connection with them, unless any of them are, like, ill in some way or injury-prone in a way that would make them have to come to the clinic more often. I don't think she would be going out of her way to, like...
At some point, you've probably talked to at least
much.
half of these people, because it's a year. You have a whole year. Someone's gotten sick. You've had to treat them, or someone got a broken arm because
Yeah, it's one of those, like, the town knows Lizzie because, like, she's the doctor and everyone knows the doctor. I don't think she's developed, like, an actual relationship or connection with anyone except probably Alex, because he seems like he would be in often enough that she would, like, register his face more than just a member of the town.
That's fair. Probably him, and oddly enough...
Also, he just looks like a precocious scamp, and I want to make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
You'd probably see him and Fred quite a bit, because if he's coming in, it's likely just because Fred's the one dragging them in.
Yeah, I think she's taken on kind of like an aunt energy towards both of them.
Valid. Alright. Natalie. Besides your two fellow workers, is there anyone else that you are of particular interest in?
Besides the two of them, I think it really comes down to who is visiting the Natalie's establishment.
Technically, everyone is, because you also operate as the only bar in town. But in terms of...
who's visiting the upstairs part of the establishment?
I was about to say. Boom. 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 She comes in, like, any day that her husband's not home, she's there. Okay. And then a few people I'm going to DM to you.
Now, I know that one of the issues is finding some a head, as none of us can hold any official office. How does that
technically
come down to
Dodd
owning...
can?
What's that?
Technically Dodd
Oh
can.
yes, excuse me.
Technically Mr. Ander can.
Yes.
Whether
Technically,
you want him to.
You just so did not fill that bill for me. Just didn't even cross my mind. You want to be married?
I would also
Honestly,
prefer
would
to have
solve
someone who
things.
can go out in the daylight.
That is okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
How does that apply for owning businesses? Like, do I need to find somebody that owns the?
So business-wise,
I can't.
Business-wise, that's a little different. Because in most cases where a woman is owning a business, they just put down a masculine sounding first name and then their last name.
There you go.
Or just make up an entire name altogether. When it comes to owning the town or like being mayor of the town, it's different because you kind of have to make public appearances.
Sure.
But yeah, no. In terms of businesses, you can just put down so and so, and since you guys, in quotations here, technically own the town, you just kind of look the other direction about who that actually is. It's the mayor position is more so when other people come to town from other towns, they have someone to talk to do business with. So basically, you need someone you trust and or is heavily blood bonded to you, but it's also competent in that position.
Yeah, I think basically it might be slow starting, but Natalie is definitely trying to set herself up as not just like somebody who works or even owns that kind of place, but kind of as a safe place for the woman in the town, because it's hard for sometimes them to be taken seriously with their problems. And I want to be the she's trying to set herself out as the type of person that it might not be it's like when you can't go to somebody that's any kind of police force or whatever we're talking about because they don't believe in you or any of that kind of stuff. Just that like this is obviously a business but also kind of a safe haven. Trying to
like a woman's shelter, secret woman's shelter.
Yeah, trying to
Okay.
the madame or the whatever the term is.
Of the people who come in that aren't newbies, who aren't new to town, bada boom. Bada bam. Bada boom.
I need to hire some bouncers.
Bada boom. Arnold.
What? I would have never guessed.
And Sal.
And no one is.
What? Really?
I
I
was
would
banned.
have never
Sal got
guessed.
banned the first week of it being.
Sal's banned.
You tell me.
Sal, our most
what are the
reputable,
odds of Sal
upstanding
not
individual?
doing something that got him banned? Tell me.
I don't know. Would you ban a guy for trying to go into trying to do anal?
No.
I don't know. In
As
1888,
long as the woman is okay with it,
See, that's the problem.
then get him out of here.
If he's forcing himself on women, then yeah, that's gonna be a ban.
Yeah, you can't.
If he's
do
being
that.
creepy and
It's-
weird.
I mean, yeah, Natalie, I guess that's a question for you. Do you have an employee that's into that? If no, then he's
Hopefully.
probably been kicked out.
Hopefully.
Is that like the interview process? Like, so, what are you willing to do?
Absolutely, that has to
I
be
mean,
part
yeah,
of the
that would
interview process.
totally be a thing. You got to know what your employees are capable of.
Because part of that
That's
interview
fair.
process is you don't start by saying, I'm good with all this, this, and this. You start with something, and then they ask, are you into this? Can you do this too? And then you say, oh, well, if you pay extra.
Right. So Doreen
teach
is a little less scrupulous, and will do just about damn near everything.
Which is one of the reasons I got the blood going with her, because the main reason for that is to make sure that she's not doing anything to give this place a bad name.
That's fair. That's fair. The other person who hangs out, but not for your services, but more so to get away from home, is Anita.
So yeah, I guess.
You don't understand a damn thing
Employees.
she says, but
That's another thing that I wanted to put some sort of investigation or look into is Hank and Anita's relationship.
Then who amongst them would be interested in working as security?
Any of the men, so long as they get a discount, would be more than happy to work as security.
And then, yeah, just try to glean who would be the best from that. And then, of course, making sure that all the employees feel comfortable around them. So if they have any problem with them.
What do you value as best?
For the bouncers?
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't need to say anything. You know? Somebody
so with high intimidation.
Yes, exactly. Because, you know, you don't want people going up and interrupting, especially when things, you know, when the gals are trying to work, trying to get somebody. You know, you don't want people like that. People that are going to interrupt.
So, though he is not a partaker of much other than alcohol, the person you probably actually want, funnily enough, is Pete.
That was my first thought too, when you were like, someone who just has this aura about them. I was like, oh, okay, you're probably gonna want Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, I need a couple people, at least like 2 or 3. You know, they're gonna be working shifts. You don't want one person to have to be watching the whole thing.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Would you like my opinion?
Of course.
I would recommend Pete, Mr. Andrews, and Jim Copperfield.
Jim's not the most.
A lot of names on my.
So Jim, Andrews.
Yeah, I've still got them pulled up.
And Pete. So Pete's the most intimidating out of them. Mr. Andrews is not terribly intimidating without, you know, a gun in his hands. Jim is a little more intimidating. He's got that I don't take no bullshit. Mr. Andrews is a little more relaxed, and he knows he's good. He doesn't need to prove it. He doesn't need to mean mug ya. You could talk to the Whitestone brothers if you so desired. They do visit.
Okay.
John Whitestone, not as much, but his younger brother George definitely comes by on the regular.
Well, I suppose it depends. Well, you said this is the only tavern, right? So I
Yep.
imagine we're doing pretty darn okay when it comes to cash.
You are. We will get to y'all's actual background resources after this, but I just want to get y'all's more. Who are you talking to? Who do you want involved in your day-to-day life?
Sure. I guess
Night-to-night life.
the only question I would have then, would having 4 security be reasonable?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Because it's not like
We can get
someone's
down to
causing trouble every damn night that you're there. It's probably
Right.
just on the weekends that you really need people there. Or if there's a caravan passing through and, you know, you got an influx of business.
And yeah, in that case, I'd probably, you know, the Whitestone brothers, Mr. Andrews, Jim, and Pete, and then, you know, kind of, if they're all interested, put them through the interview process. The 4 best get to keep the job.
The 4 best. Okay.
So one person getting the cut.
Honestly, it'll probably be Mr. Andrews, as he just doesn't have a lot of presence until he draws his gun. So it'll probably be the Whitestone brothers and Pete and Jim.
Provided, of course, the gals do indeed feel safe around them. As long as
Yeah.
they're doing their job.
I suggested Mr. Andrews, just because he is a trick shot.
Yeah.
So shooting inside is probably his specialty. And then also
You
probably
hope they
more
don't
for
actually have to shoot.
yeah. Probably just more for the daytime crowd.
Makes sense.
But yeah, okay, cool. If you could DM me the list of those people, just so we have it for reference later, I'll put it on their profiles later. Okay. Cool. Is there anyone else you wanted to talk to or like get involved with, or is that more or less it?
Yeah, I mean, basically, so besides everybody that I'm going to be getting under my employ in one way or the other, it's basically I want to get to know the people that visit. So, them coming
Okay.
essentially.
Cool beans. All right. I think that covers everyone for the time being. Now we move on to desires. Dear Ander,
I'm
Yeah.
here.
do you have any of the sires that you wish to talk to besides your own? For any reason. This is the above and below board inquiry of what would your character be interested in and what do you as a player also want to know. This can be, again, no dumb questions sort of situation. So I'm going to be a little lenient on it now in this downtime episode, where you guys can talk to your sires about things that you as a player might just not know, or you as a player want to know about how I run the world, or just your character is curious about something and you want them to have a reason to investigate it further.
Actually, he's gonna be a little bit curious. What the fuck is a vampire? Where do they come from? And like, is there like like some sort of way to undo this? Is it like a permanent thing, or is it like? And also probably ask about, hey, I noticed a sudden lapse of control, and I've only just recently learned about this thing called the Beast, and apparently I'm gonna become something pretty untoward. Probably ask general inquiries into that. Otherwise, he might.
So, funnily enough, your sire could field some of these questions, but he'll actually have you talk to Iron Skull, as he declares that Iron Skull is the pack priest. That is his goal. That is his job, is to speak on spiritual questions that you might have about things.
I was actually gonna say I probably might poke at Iron Skull or maybe Howard, just because Howard was very, at least suitably affable before, and Iron Skull seemed to be another big tall guy, and he's wondering if that's like just a general thing for vampires or.
No. You will be, either way, you will be, for those specific questions, you will be guided towards Iron Skull to seek your answers.
Yeah.
That is a bit of a holy communion sort of thing for them. So, on one of these delightful nights, you are brought before Iron Skull, who is basically, their little camp is outside of town. They're letting you guys live in town until you get it significantly big enough for them to be able to actually live in there with you, because they require a lot more blood for a lot more things, is more or less their go-to story for why they're not joining you in town. So they are in a small camp that is pretty well fortified, but it's out in the middle of the woods for all intents and purposes. That's why you guys are able to do these fucking blood orgies and not be disturbed, because no one knows where it is. And let's be honest, you come across a fortified camp in the middle of the woods and there's loud music and rancorous yelling and the smell of blood in the air, you're probably going to go the other direction.
Generally, yes.
But you sit before Iron Skull, and he, for this conversation, does remove his mask. And he, sitting on the ground on a little cushion of blankets. What can I do for you?
Matter of curiosities there, I ain't never heard much on vampires and all that. Or kindred, or whatever the hell we are, and I was just...
Cainites is the term they use.
Yeah, Cainites and all that, and I was just wondering, where the hell we from? Like,
Have you
what are we?
read your Bible recently?
Well, about that, reading's a bit of a challenge.
Then it is of no deal. Worry not. Where we come from is Cain. Cain is the first man to murder within the Bible. He was cursed to walk the earth forever alone. He, at some point, spilled his blood unto another man, and that man gained his curse. That curse since manifested, going down the line, all the way to where you are now.
So we're all cursed? This is a curse?
That is not how we see it. That is simply the word of where it comes from. The thought is what was a curse before has since changed into the next stage. To consider its growth or intentional empowerment is one thing, but would you call being immortal with powers beyond man truly a curse?
Suppose not, no. Does seem more of a benefit than a kind of curse.
Indeed. And that is where we stand. We are the apex to man. Men hunt the wild beasts, and we hunt men. We are separate from them, if still holding the same shape. Thus, we are a different species, a different creature. You nor I are man anymore. We are Cainites.
Okay, but speaking of not man no more, I got a concerning question about loss of control there.
You speak of the beast.
Yeah, that's its name. I ain't too pleased to know that that thing's there. Is there some kind of way to get rid of it or make it stop taking what feels like a part of me when or put me in the back of the carriage, so to speak, and let it drive all the fucking way it likes? I ain't much partial to that.
There are ways to do it. What you are currently feeling is the dredges of what was your humanity slowly eroding away. In the world we live in, that logic falls short. Think of it this way. If you were to suddenly be a dog, none of the things humanity has taught you or things you have done as a human would matter, and it would drive you insane to try and do the same things a dog does as a human. Right?
Suppose so. Yeah.
Same thing, except you're not being leveled to the smallness of a dog. You are elevated, and the way the world works for you now is different. Because of this, you must elevate your mind. You must alter your soul. You are going through a second puberty of sorts.
Oh, that sounds unpleasant.
It is. The growth from human to Cainite is not an easy one, and some do get lost in it, and the beast claims them. The mindlessness of their new hunter's desires can take over if they are not careful. What you seek is one of two things: control or harmony. Harmony is to live alongside this beast and learn from it, grow with it, or control it, bind it, and ensure it never gets out, so that your inner strength, your mind, can be preserved and not need to worry about such simplistic bestial desires.
See, I'm also, I saw something in the caves. There's something that's downright unholy, and I was told if I keep doing certain things like not touching grass and trees or something like that, I'm gonna turn into looking like that thing or something like that, and I ain't for that at all.
You spoke to one of the spirits. We've tracked a few of them in the areas, but we keep our distance. What you saw in that cave is when their spirit goes wild, when it succumbs to its beast. Similar pathways, different results.
I ain't gonna turn into some three-headed, boiled puss, slack of hair kind of thing now, am I?
If you succumb to your beast, worry not. You will not turn to such horrific creature, but you will still die.
Oh. That's a whole other kind of concerning in several parts there, but,
Would you prefer to
okay.
live as a mindless, hungry, malicious creature of the nights with no sense of self?
I mean, I'd prefer not to be in that situation to begin with, and I really wish I knew about this before all this going and went and happened, but,
Would you like to have known that before you were born, you were going to have to learn to shit, eat, breathe, sweat, be covered in grime, and wash it off every day?
I mean, a couple of those things ain't so bad, but, I mean,
It's an
touch
equal...
different
They are equal annoyances. All you are doing is shedding the human side of yourself. You shed it and you put on the new you. You bind your soul to binding the beast or living alongside it, and you will never see even an inkling of what that creature became.
Okay. Is there, I guess I want to know if there's anything I really go ahead and worry about when it comes to anything else I got to worry with the beast and all that stuff. Anything I got to be mindful or fearful on, like, heard crosses are now like make us flee into the night or something like that, some such.
If you are of particularly weak will, yes. But that is a rarity amongst us. The rarer aspect is those who can wield crosses, which is entirely different than simply seeing a cross. The ones who can wield crosses you'll know very likely before you ever even come in contact with them. It's like walking in the presence of the sun. Without the burning, mind you, but it is still just as oppressive.
Okay. Is there anything I could do to, at least when it happens, is there any way to keep the beast out of control, or am I just kind of stuck until it's done?
If you intend to bind your beast, as I would personally recommend, then you must find yourself. And by this, I mean, when you are angry before, you likely had something that would always bring you back from that anger. Friends, a drink, a memory, a pet. Something would always be able to bring you back. Find that sensation and hold on to it as long as you can. The longer you hold on to it, the closer to bringing yourself back from a frenzy you can have.
I was told, at least I've seen one or two of us do some weird stuff, and myself, I'm a lot faster than I was before, and a lot they're a bit stronger. Does everyone just get like different strangities to them, if you will, whenever you go on and get all bit up and all that stuff, or are we all just different?
When you have been embraced, everyone gets a different power. Everyone gets a set of them based on their blood. If you are blessed to be a pander, then you have usually a random assortment of powers therein. However, all of you are pure-blooded to whom sired you. You are a Bruja. Bruja are known for their strength, their speed, and their ability to enthrall the masses. They are also known for their anger. They are some of the quickest of the blood to frenzy. The more you frenzy, and the more things you do that shed your previous humanity, the faster you will get to that state of being a white, of being a mindless creature that we will have to put down. Keep that in mind. Let your fellows know that to tease you is to wave a spear, a saber, a gun, or elsewise before the beast in your heart. And until you have entirely shed your shed entirely your humanity and taken on a new role, a new path, you'll be subject to this anger more than they will.
Okay. This is... Fuck me. This is definitely a weird life I've gotten myself wrapped up in.
You were saved because you were admired for your strength. Do not waste that on being worried about such things as shedding humanity and the loss of self.
But if I'm gonna lose myself, this thing inside is gonna be all.
Are you weak?
Hell no, I ain't weak. I just.
Then don't give up and don't give in. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If you need to find a new path, you may speak to any of us. I am on one I think would not be suitable for you, but I do advocate on the path of self-control over the paths of instinct.
Self-control.
If you would prefer to see what instinct looks like, go speak with Mr. Matthew.
Mr. Matthew.
He is our Nosferatu, the oddest looking of us.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Is he just born like that, or is that like a
It is his blood. His blood of the Nosferatu carries the curse of monstrosity. It is unfortunate, but they are some of the strongest and most well-informed of the bloodlines there is. You treat them with as much respect as you would treat any one of the others.
Of course, he seems like a nice enough guy, I think.
I would be surprised if anyone considered him nice, but he is effective.
Fair enough, I ain't properly met him just quite yet.
If you wish for some insight, speak to him. Or you may speak to Miss Bendis. She has been acquainted with him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. This is all stuff I can... Alrighty. Thank you, Mr. Skull there, for your knowledge and all this. I appreciate it.
He'll reach over and he'll put a heavy hand on your shoulder and give it like a comforting squeeze. Do not be afraid to come to me. I am this pack's pack priest. My job is to help you find and enlighten your soul.
Oh, sorry, Father. I didn't mean no disrespect before then. With this
Pack
and all.
priest is fine. We do not hold the moniker of father.
Priest, yeah. Sorry.
He'll drop his hand and he'll gesture. You may leave at your leisure.
Thank you again, Mr. Gull. And he's gonna awkwardly nod and kind of dip out. It's unusual seeing a man eye to eye for him.
Dear Modesty, since I'm already in the mindset of Iron Skull, did you want to talk to your sire about anything?
Modesty.
Yep. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, okay. Good. I believe I have anything for my sire,
That's fine.
but you know, I've seen the way that Ida May is able to use the darkness and kind of ways that are adjacent to stealth. Kind of the most like in your face stealth, I suppose, that you could get shoving darkness in somebody. But yeah, that's definitely it's been a part of my repertoire as a human. So seeing if there's anybody that might be able to teach me the ways of more stealthy powers, I suppose.
Okay.
What do they call it? Cross, whatever it is.
Cross-disciplinary teaching.
Yes, indeed.
So Vanessa will, in short, tell you that she will not teach you the shadow powers, but if you want stealth, you can either speak to Matthew, Howard, or Ben Fang about stealth. They will help you, and there are powers of which that are better suited than her shadows.
I had a feeling that wasn't the actual class, but that's definitely how thought it through. So yeah, out of those three, definitely Ben Fang.
Okay. Ben Fang is... You would find her sitting on top of what will eventually be a torch pile of debris and other stuff that you typically find and toss in and you use it to start a fire. And she's just sitting on top of the shell of that, which is basically just 2 logs pointed up with some 2x4s strapped to the top, and it creates like a little shelf as like more just hey, this is where you put all the scrap, and you put it at the bottom of that, and then later you grab it and take it over and start a fire. She's just sitting cross-legged right there on top of it, just watching everything in the camp, more or less. As you approach, her eyes draw down to you. Can I help you, Natalie?
I hope so. I hear you're the one to come talk to for leaning into the stealthier aspects of our abilities.
A Ventru who desires to hide. How much of a conundrum is that going to be?
There are some things that somebody as much as looks to show herself off might need to do in the shadows to maintain that pretty face.
Normally you just have the Nosferatu or myself do that sort of work in other sectorial debates on one's purpose, but if you are willing to listen, then I am most willing to teach you for compensation.
I like making sure that what I need done gets done properly. So if that means me needing to do it myself, gives me peace of mind. And of course, I would not expect you to do this for free.
Good. Then, she'll slip off of the stand and drop down. I would like you to start working with Miss Bendis on collecting blood from some of your clients when they are well spent and least aware. Gather some of the blood from their veins. Miss Bendis can figure that part out. You just ensure that they are well worn out, yes?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Good. It'll also be your job to ensure you know which ones have been drained, so you do not accidentally kill our herd. So, keep that on a tab somewhere. You, at the end of each month, will bring me the collected blood, or the end of each week, whichever is easiest. And I will preserve it so that we have backstock and do not need to worry about ever going dry. You see, when illness arises, especially in the blood, we run the risk of transferring it to others. That, and you tend not to want to drink from those who are sick, for they are already fighting infection. You do not take milk from a cow who is sick, and you do not slaughter the sick cow and then proceed to eat its meat. That is how you get sick. Are you seeing what I mean?
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
Good. In such cases, it is good to have reserves. In exchange for doing this, I will teach you how to be sneaky. The power shared between myself and Mr. Peterson is called Offuscate. It is one that we have taught Mr. Chesterfield at his request. It is one we apparently will be teaching you at your request. Though, do not share that with others who are not within our pack. It is likely not my place to say, but you are not True Sabbat as of yet. You all have to do, well, survive the year and then go through the ceremony first. But you have all been doing well, and the rest of us feel you are entitled to a little bit of reward for your actions.
Good to know we've been holding up to your standards. Is there anything I can do to prepare for this test?
Ensure you do not scream.
Fair enough.
Work on your pain tolerance. And I would recommend what we call God, the word literally just left me as I was about to say it. I hate when this happens. Parameditation. Sitting before a fire and meditating on it to train your beast not to react to it. And she will slide her I won't say kimono, but her dress over, and like she doesn't care. Her breast is just showing as she turns her shoulder to you, and you see a very intricate sword scar on her back shoulder blade. This is the mark of one who has reached the rank of True Sabbat. If you look closely, you will realize this is a burn mark. She'll pull her dress back up. This will be what you have to endure the night of your ascension. I would notify the rest of your pack and let them know of what is to come, so that a year from now, you will be ready and you will be less surprised.
I appreciate the heads up. I'm sure I'll be ready when the night comes.
One hopes, she says with a smirk. Now, come with me. And she'll start walking towards the edge of camp. The best thing you can do to learn the power of obfuscates is to flex a muscle you were not embraced with. And that will be the hardest part. I'm sure you have figured out how dominate and presence work. They are almost natural to you, like squeezing your hand and opening it. When it comes to powers not imbued in you as your embrace, it is a little different. You must focus. Like when one clenches their buttocks compared to their thighs, compared to their calves. Every muscle set is different and will feel different. You have my blood in you. You have Matthew's blood in you. Thus, you already have the foundations for learning these things. What I need you to do is to stand here at this tree, and every time I'm going to turn away from you, and you need to focus on not being on my mind. A curious thing, no?
I think I might understand.
And you guys will actually sit there for a few hours of her just instructing you to not be on her mind, and the best ways to, like... And in short, this comes down to a lot of talk that people do with sort of out-of-body experiences. So it's almost meditative in how you remove yourself from being a presence. And I will get to the rules on that later. But you are going to be taught the first dot of obfuscate, in short. We'll see how far that gets. The first dot of obfuscate is sadly not as useful as the second dot. The first dot is if you stand still, you are basically invisible, but the moment you move, you're not. Second dot is I can move while invisible. Yay!
Noted.
So, and she'll explain that to you. She'll explain that it's a lot easier to start foundationally with that one, because so long as you're not moving, it's easy to not be perceived, which is what obfuscate is. Obfuscate is not literal invisibility. It is vanishing from the mind's eye, which is why you must think about and process the idea that you were not a presence to them. Hence the out-of-body experience.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking of someone else's sire, as we seem to be rotating sires, dear Miss Bendis, are you going to talk to a different... or do you want to go talk to Miss Ben, your sire, Miss Ben Fang?
I know Lizzie definitely did want to talk to Howard, but we kind of sort of did like some of that last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anything else that I would want to actively ask him, so like probably we're good just talking to Ben Fang for now. I haven't thought up a lot of specific questions.
To be fair, he did say you need to talk to your sire about getting that training
yes.
first.
That too.
So, okay. So on a different night, you would find your sire, much as Natalie found your sire, sitting on the pyre box, just observing camp as various... for reference, they have a bunch of masked and robed individuals that work in their camp. These people don't seem entirely all there. They come off almost like they're really drugged up. Just for reference. But Ben Fang is just sitting on her little pyre box, looking around, watching you approach, offering a smile as you do. Yes, my child, you have come. You have arrived, as I thought you might.
Yes, so it's... Where do you even start? We were speaking, I'm sure you were informed, we had Howard assist us with getting one of Anders' companions a new hand, and I was instructed that if I wanted to learn such things, I would need to go through you for that. So what would you... I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to ask. My mind is just swimming with what could possibly be done with such techniques. I guess I got a little ahead of myself with getting here to ask you about it.
You're quite adorable when you are excited about things. But with this in mind, you ask for something that is quite dangerous. To explain simply, of the powers that are granted to you, vicissitude is not one of them. There's a reason for this. There are powers specific to clans, to blood. Vanessa has the power of shadows. You and I have the power of the mind. Howard has the power of melding flesh. And there are others more that the power is directly unique to their blood. Now, Howard's is a little different in that it is not the prized power of his clan. His blood powers a mysticism not directly given unto Howard, unfortunately. To such end, however, that does mean his power of the flesh is coveted to some degree, and you having it could spell danger for either him or you. It is not uncommon for others to have this power, but it raises two questions. One was the one who gave it to you following a belief system that is parasitic and dangerous. Or, two, how much do you owe that man who gave you this power? Most Cainites do not think along the path of friends and family or lovers, those with benefits that are bound in blood, those who would die and fight and kill for each other. Most think about what they're going to have the next evening and how they're going to get it. These are sad individualist vampires. Cainites who live as Cain never wanted us to. Cain was cursed to be alone, so he made us, and in us, he is no longer alone. You are here to not be alone and not to be solitary, but that does not mean that everyone wants to share everything either. Howard is a very giving man, however, and he will likely happily teach you this vicissitude. But you are mine currently. As I explained to your companion Natalie, you are not True Sabbat yet. But, as I also explained, you are also doing very well for yourselves. And as a pack, we feel we should reward that. There'll be some caveats to Mr. Chesterfield's teaching that he will likely give to you himself. But know that you should not flaunt this power, especially not of others of his clan. They might see it as a betrayal. Or they might see it as you trying to take their place. Some do not see things rationally. It is their pack's mission to ensure that every other pack member has a purpose and serves the sword. If that purpose is diluted, they might see it as a threat. Does this make sense?
Of course, yeah. Protected information, I suppose if it is I can definitely imagine how being able to reshape the body at will would be something you wouldn't want just anyone knowing. I definitely understand that. I'm not looking to get anyone in trouble. It's just so fascinating. But you've all mentioned that we're not the Sabbat thing that you've mentioned a few times. I don't think you've ever actually told us what that is.
This is partially because we are in a small period of peace. We are the warriors who fight against that which wishes to consume the world. In his desire to not be alone, Cain embraced a great many people. We call these the antediluvians. They are the predecessors to our blood, and are the ones that we directly descend from. They are also why we have certain weaknesses. Vanessa, and by extension Ida, I am sure you have noticed, cannot see the reflections.
Right.
Juan, and likely Ander, as I think you might have noticed, have trouble with their temper. You and I are connected to the web, which unhinges our desires and makes it very hard to stay focused on things, and drives a madness in our blood. The Iron Skull has a specific type of blood he needs. Howard must always have some dirt from his home where he was embraced. Matthew is a monster by appearance and a little bit by personality. These are the weaknesses of each of our bloods, to balance out the powers that we hold. But they were blessed by Cain upon our predecessors, the antediluvians. The antediluvians, in their selfishness, wish to have a society where they were kings and queens respectively over humanity. As they should. But they took not the care to ensure this society would last. And in his anger for ruining that which he had provided them without ask of anything else but their presence, their love, and their compassion for him, instead of killing them and turning them to ash and starting over, he gave them each the curse we now bear, the weakness to our power. To such end, the antediluvians fled. The city that they had built with Cain fell to ruin, and all was lost. But they took to their own methods, took to their own loneliness. And in their own loneliness, they found the madness. Some of our antediluvians slumber now, but for them to wake could be catastrophic for the world. We of the Sword of Cain hunt and put an end to these antediluvians, so that they will not end the world we are struggling to keep going for him.
Ah, I see. So you basically, in exchange for eternal life, we're just forever on call for existential war, I guess, is what you're saying?
Sort of. The truth is, we have dealt a blow to the antediluvians. We have killed 2 of them. Not us specifically, but as the Sword of Cain. The issue comes down to more individualistic Cainites, and those who claim to be a part of a thing called the Camarilla. The Camarilla is a bunch of individualistic vampires, Cainites, who wish to live on their own, but come together for self-defense. And they seem to see us as a threat, because to them, they are not given the truth. Their sires and their elders do not tell them where they come from. So to them, within 50, 60 years, they think they are the antediluvians that we hunt. And so, they think us a threat, instead of brothers and sisters in arms, trying to prevent the end of the world. They do this so that they can have power, because they see our power as a threat, because they do not see the whole as one, they see the one that makes the whole.
I see. Huh.
You guys enjoying this Sabbat propaganda?
Very good. 10 out of 10. I've
Garfield says you are not immune to propaganda.
I've been propagandized. Sounds legit to me.
So, like... Sorry, you said we're at peace right now, so is this something that could happen, like we could wake up tomorrow night and just the war's back on again? Or, like, how dire are the circumstances exactly?
We're at peace because we are ahead of the Camarilla getting here. It is why we are establishing this. In terms of the antediluvians, our true enemy, we simply have not found the nearest antediluvian in where they slumber. Once we do, word will be sent out, but that does not mean all of us simply get up and go. We have a methodology, one that has worked out so far. But to be entirely blunt with you, this pack has not actually seen war. We have killed a few Cainites who thought to harm us or reveal our position to Camarilla agents. But we have not been in any significant battle, and there has not been one for the better part of 300 years.
Okay, that makes... Suppose I understand that. Sorry, I'm still having a hard time thinking in more extended timeline.
Do not apologize. Now, do you have any other questions?
Oh, I was just kind of gonna like fidget a little bit, like she is actually embarrassed about asking this. I seem to have noticed that when I feed, sometimes it doesn't really seem to work unless my subject is, say, under the influence, drugged a bit. Unless I've knocked them out. But, like, if I knock them out, it doesn't seem to make a difference. Like, I have to knock them out with my medicine.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Were you particularly attached to your medicine before I embraced you?
I mean, it's medicine. I take it
Daily?
when it's needed.
For every little ache and pain, for every little slight uncomfortability of your body?
I use it when I need.
Answer the
To not be
question
distracted by
truthfully.
pain.
For every...
Yes.
Good. It is fine for the moment, but if you wish to be unimpeded by such small things, you will need to likely speak to Howard or Matthew about treatment. If you are ever in a position
She's gonna
where
lean in a little bit. She's gonna lean in a little bit when that's mentioned. I think I'd probably rather talk to Howard anyway. I had been meaning to ask about Matthew. Is he just... Every interaction I've had with him, it just leaves my... doesn't really have blood anymore. It just leaves me feeling cold and small, and is he just like that to everyone, or did I do something to piss him off?
Tell me, have you tried to feel more than just what your senses provide you?
I suppose if you mean the flashes of color that I occasionally seem to get when I focus, I haven't really been able to put together any pattern yet, but I have been taking notes on those.
Good. There's more than that, though. There is feeling the world around you through the supernatural lens. As I'm sure you have now noticed, we are not the only things that go bump in the night. But that ability to feel, that ability to sense things, attempt to do so upon me and tell me what you see.
Roll me perception awareness, please. You can do it at difficulty 5 because you were given time to actually consider it and work on it.
Say awareness or alertness?
Awareness.
Okay, and does this one also get the minus difficulty from perception, or does that not apply for the supernatural?
So long as you have heightened senses on, you may do so.
Okay.
There will be certain situations where still ask, but there will be certain situations where it doesn't apply, and I will try to let you know, but always feel free to ask about it. Ah. And what did you get? 2. Cool. That's all right. So, as you're focusing on her, you
almost see. It's not quite visible, but it almost looks like a swirl of blood pouring off of her into you. Almost like that is itself what is happening as she is currently teaching you things. Tell me, what do you see from me?
It almost looks like a river of blood. It seems to be extending from you into me. Is that because you sired me?
One could see it that way. But in truth, this is in parts due to what I follow. What you are sensing from Matthew is his deep devotion to the path he follows. The path he follows is what keeps him sane. When you have shed the dredges of your humanity, as you are no longer a human, you will find it harder to resist the call of the beast in your soul. It will want to take over. But that need not be the case. And should you wish to survive, that will not be the case. You will find a path that works for you. This path will not always work for those around you, but that is why you are bonded to the Valderi. The road I follow is one of learning. But so is the one that Iron Skull follows. He follows a path of learning, but his is different. It embodies a path not typically offered to one of his station. He made some very interesting deals when he was younger and was brought into a bloodline of his that is quite powerful. I've tried to delve more, but he is very tight-lipped about it. But there are paths that are about learning, which can be what you wrap your soul in to keep moving forward. Just as the others will need to wrap their souls in something else as well. The humanity will be shed in time, due to a number of things, but most importantly due to the fact that you are no longer human. At one point or another, it will fall away. And that should be celebrated.
Am I going to... I'm sorry, but losing my humanity, I'm sorry, right now that still sounds a little terrifying. Is that going to be like an all-at-once thing? Will I notice it happening, or...?
Likely so if you are observant. Your companion, Mr. Anders, is the current fastest in terms of shedding his humanity. If you start noticing you care less and less about people, and only about those within your Valderi, that is one sign. The more and more you start to consider how someone tastes as opposed to how they are doing. If you are looking at someone and considering the threat they pose to you, if you consider something so benign before, but today it makes you insatiably angry to the point of wanting to cause harm, those are often signs. For us specifically, it will be the sign of the web getting more wrapped in our day-to-day life. The beast will touch it unwittingly, and through it we will see visions that make 0 sense and have 0 context, but will assault us nonetheless.
I think that may have already started. I have been having the worst dreams.
As is the process. But that is good in terms of shedding your humanity. If you like, we can shed it a little faster.
What do you mean?
Her smile goes from like comforting tutor to like wicked fun, we're about to go cause trouble sort of smile.
Well,
She'll look to one of the masked people walking by and she'll snap her fingers once, and the person will stop and turn toward her. She's like,
yes, Dark Mistress.
and she'll beckon him over. She'll gently take the back of his head and start petting it.
One of the things that you can do is very simple.
And she'll grab the back of his head briefly and sort of turn it, bare his neck. And she'll put her finger to it and just draw up and down.
You can bite here and drink until you are full, and then keep drinking until he is cold. And once he is cold, you can give away your humanity to it. That would be the easiest and fastest way to do it.
Want me to just kill a person? Like right now?
Of course.
No, I don't. No, I don't think I could do that right now. No,
Good.
I'm sorry. I think I should.
Destroying a
sorry about that?
Not at all. Destroying a thinking being is a foolish waste. It is also the easy way. To learn a true lesson, one must not take the easy way. They must take the hard way. So instead,
She'll reach into her dress and just pull out a small knife and hand it to you.
I want you to go into one of the random tents here. Excuse everyone that might be in there. They will obey you, so long as they are not of the pack. And I want you to carve some notes into his back. I don't care how much he screams, but you will teach him a lesson about trembling in my grasp, yes?
I think I. Okay.
We cannot have wonderful cattle trembling in fear. It makes the blood sour. They must be prepared to do anything at any time for us.
And to tremble like this. And she'll just point, and you'll see that his legs are quaking right now.
Does make his blood very sour. And to think that he had no trust that I would simply sacrifice him to you shows that he needs a lesson taught. And I think you should teach him. Don't you?
I guess if you say so,
You
the
guess?
alternative is killing him. This is
Oh no,
This
the
is a
alternative is I teach him that lesson. And I can assure you, my lesson will be far worse than what you will do to him.
Yeah, she's kind of like, she's looking down a little bit and her eyes are darting all over like she's doing so much internal calculus right now, and she just closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and just nods her head once, opens her eyes again. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. I can teach that lesson.
I want you to carve the notes of what we spoke about into his back. You will do this for 3 hours, so make sure you carve slowly. You know how deep to go to not kill somebody. Do not waste our little meal here. Else you'll have to pay the recompense and bring us one of your meals.
Like she's gonna smile at that, and like she's laughing. There's not really humor in the laughter. It sounds very forced and just, I'm an excellent surgeon. I'm not going to cause any undue harm.
Then I hope his back is big enough for all of your notes.
And she'll offer the knife again.
Gonna give one last like really long back and forth glance from like the. We're in a tent right now, yeah?
No, you're standing outside right now.
Oh, we're outside. Okay.
Yeah, there's other
she's-
servants in masks
her
and
her eyes
robes
are
just
gonna
walking
slide
around.
Her eyes are gonna slide very slowly, like back in the general direction she came from, for like half a second. It almost seems like she is about to just turn and bolt, and then she will step forward and take the knife and, I guess, gesture with it to the robed person towards one of the tents.
He'll shakingly nod his head and he will start towards the tent.
She's gonna follow after him, and like once they're far enough that Lizzie is pretty sure they're out of earshot, she's going to lean in and just, I'm a professional. We're both going to get through this as easily as possible. Don't. Her voice is a little bit shaky.
Okay. They simply nod their head quietly. And give me a dex medicine.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 7, because this is not a traditional medicine use.
Hey.
Whoo, boy. That is an unfortunate roll. Jesus. So over the course of the next 3 hours, you carve notes into his back, and I need you... You have a choice here. You can make a conscience roll, or you can simply take a hit to one of your virtues. Or your path, excuse me. Your path is currently humanity.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm... Wait, what were the options again?
So you can either roll your conscience, or you can simply take the failure and lower your humanity by 1, or lower your conscience or self-control by 1.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take the lowered humanity, then?
Okay. So pop it down from where it is currently to 1 less. And your
Where you
time
at now?
We have reached 4.
You
I believe I'm level with Ander at this point.
No, not yet.
How'd you go to 3?
Dang.
Yep.
You got no humanity.
Damn,
Holy
okay.
Shit.
Yeah, Ender's at dangerous levels. It's great. So you finish carving. The boy eventually, I say boy, young man eventually passes out. As you're carving into him before the 3-hour mark ends. And you feel odd coming out. Like, you thought you'd feel insanely guilty about this. But you don't feel bad at all. You don't feel great, but you feel kind of hollow inside. And just outside, about 10 feet away, is just Ben Fang standing there, hands behind her back, just having apparently been watching this entire time, that tent.
Can I do you one better?
Shoot.
She feels neutral to vaguely positive about this because she is walking away from this telling herself that she just saved this person.
That's fair.
Because she's pretty sure if Bin Fang did it, it would have ended really badly.
Oh, yeah.
She just saved him. Yeah, her brain is not going to recover well from this.
Trauma! Alright. Ben Fang smiles as you approach, and she'll reach over and, like, gently pat your cheek and, you know, hold it. Get you to look her in the eye.
You did good. I am proud of this. In time, we will shed your human desires and human compulsions to ensure that you are a true Cainite. Yes?
Guess we'll get there eventually.
Oh, you'll get there. And you will be one of the best. Just as my sire before me. And just as I am after my sire. And she's gonna lean in real close, just right in your ear. You will be one of the best in all of the Sword of Cain.
Have you figured out what Ben Fang's derangement is yet?
No?
It's okay.
Okay.
This wasn't like meant to be super obvious. I was just curious if you
Okay,
figured it
cool.
out yet.
I was gonna say like no, I didn't really pick up on anything. Whatever it is, I'm picking up what she's putting down, but like
Is it a corruption king?
No.
What?
Is
No.
that a derangement just...
No. No.
She'll
I was gonna
pull
say
back.
obsession.
It is an obsessive thing, but it is not obsession directly. She'll lean back and she'll bring your head down. She'll plant her lips against your forehead.
Now, do you have any other questions for me? Or did you find your answers deep in his back?
I think I found the answers I was looking for. I probably need to think some more on it, but I definitely learned something tonight. I just haven't quite figured out what exactly yet.
Such a good girl.
Thank you.
Very well. I will leave you to your contemplation then. But remember that I am always here to take your questions.
All right then. She'll kind of give like a little bow, nod, curtsy thing very awkwardly, and I guess leave.
She will nod her head, and she will watch you every step of the way as you leave until you are out of sight. All right, Ida, your turn.
Yippee. Both fortunately and unfortunately, everyone else's questions were also basically what Ida was gonna ask from the people that they asked them. So that's we don't have to do those. Yeah, because she wanted like a sort of history lesson on what the Cainites are, where they came from. So that would have been with Iron Skulls, similar to Ander. And then similar question on. She does want to learn obfuscate. So she would ask her sire who she could learn that from, or understand that from.
Vanessa would kind of cork her lips, mildly disappointed.
You can go talk to Bin Fang or Howard or Matthew. However, one of our lineage should not need to hide from the mind's eye. The shadows can protect us in most cases. And in the cases that can't, Fuero is not going to be stopped by obfuscate.
That's fair. I wasn't quite sure if well, if they could be used that way. I've really only used them offensively. I haven't quite used them to hide myself.
Well, you need to get a little more creative then. My sweet little child. You can use them as clothes if you really want to.
And she will sort of wave her hand, and the shadows of her tent will like slink down her arm and will come to match her dress, basically making it entirely opaque. Or she'll take it from her neck up over her face, and she'll be wrapped up entirely, and it actually becomes very hard to see her even in the light that is in the tent currently.
All right. That's just top one of obfuscate, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
She just
Who would never considered using
peels it off her face and down her body and brings it up into her hand and swirls it around a few times.
You can do a great deal with these. The shadows are your friend, and you should always look at them that way. There is a kinship you should feel to them. Now, if you still want to obfuscate for whatever reason, by all means. Ben Fang and Matthew know it as their own, but Howard knows it from them, but can likely teach you the basics. I do not think you need it, however.
I'd practice more with the shadows then. I mostly just wanted it to eavesdrop. I wanted to get more. Well, I'd planned to approach Matthew about it because I think I remember hearing his clan was more in that spying and espionage sort of stuff.
Well, you could find a more trait with him. You could find him someone to embrace, and that person could be your eyes and ears instead of you having to risk yourself in such unsightly situations.
Alright, that's actually a really good idea. I'll have to think on that. With all the new folks coming in, there might be someone in there I could rustle up.
Always be looking for what others can do for you and what you can do for them. We are intended to work together, after all. We can't go looking around thinking, what can I do all by myself? You have to wonder whose blood can you fill the cup with to ensure that the pack succeeds.
That's fair. I did also, on those sort of lines, I've kind of noticed that the vernaculum, it seems to be stronger with everyone else, to each other, and mine to them, but they don't dislike me, of course, but it just doesn't seem quite as strong.
Are you saying you want others to desire you more, little Ida May?
I mean, not quite desire me, but it's a little. It almost hurts a little bit. Seeing, how friendly and easygoing they are with each other, and yeah.
The vernaculum comes in a non-natural sequence. Over time it will embed itself in others and it will grow. I suspect part of it might be just predisposition. Natalie is very pretty and very promiscuous. Miss Bendis was very useful as a doctor. You are a little younger, so it might have been your blood not quite as potent. But don't worry. Over time it will get stronger. You're a part of the La Sombra clan after all. We are known for having slower approaches to things.
Alright, if you say so, I'll trust you.
I do say so. However, if you wish to expedite it, you could always just take what I used to do back before I had a pack. And to get wonderful, strong men doing things for me. I would take some of the wine, and I would fill it with a little bit of my vitae. Now, this works for mortals. But if you do it just right, you can also do it for your fellow Cainite. It's at a different ratio, but if you'd like, I can teach you how. And you could give your companions a little more of your vitae through celebratory means.
Almost like devious smile would kind of cross Ida May's face. And it's probably the cruelest expression she's made ever. She just sort of like, actually, quite like that idea.
Oh boy. God, I have some evil sires for you guys.
Yeah. Ida May getting a small taste of power. I like this.
Yes,
Want
delicious.
more?
Your sire will take a few hours to teach you
Blood venting. We'll go over those rolls a little bit later. Is there anyone else my sweet little fledglings want to talk to?
Well, I do need to talk to the group at some point.
You need to talk to the group?
So.
As in the players.
In character?
Yes, I'm just saying the player
Yeah,
characters, not the
pack.
entire pack. Not the entire VtM Mortis is the entire pack, which technically includes
under the tab,
you guys.
we're listed as just the pack, and there.
Got it. Okay. Just want to be clear.
Just saying that. Yeah.
I'm
Yep,
sorry. What
that's
was
the
that?
player.
What was that merely?
I don't know who to talk to about it, but in character, she probably hasn't done it yet because she obviously doesn't know the logistics of doing this. She has a plan to inoculate the town under the guise of like vaccines and immunization and stuff, so that she can get a little bit of her blood into as many people as possible.
Stealing my idea.
No, your idea was wine. Our idea is being the friendly doctor.
Yeah, no, Ida Mae was also in the when I mentioned that she would meet all of the people when they came into town. It was definitely also a little bit of like, here, have some wine.
I mean, that works because Natalie currently is working with the Pride Flowers to get more wine into town. So this all actually works. Sorry, Andrew, you're out here watching the girls do work.
I mean, I think Ida would specifically the more stronger looking dudes that come into town. She would get some of Anders' blood specifically for them, but everyone else would be.
Well, the issue is you don't have blood preservation, so this needs to be like a almost instantaneous sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she'd invite him along. And then, hey, lead in this bottle a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. Ander doesn't need to take over the town. Ander has us. We have a 10 on Ander's vinculum. We'll just control the town, and then Ander can just control the town through Lizzie.
Yeah.
Do you want that townsfolk member? Yeah, like 2 years from now, it's gonna get to a point of, do you want them dead? Because I can make that happen for you. It'll look like an accident.
Yeah. The only person who has lower than a 5 from me to them is Bin Fang, who has a 1. Everyone else is 5 and up, and then everyone to me, the highest is 4 with Ander.
Crazy.
Yeah. You're
Lizzie's
my
a 1, and Natalie's a 2.
Don't worry.
For you.
We've got 12
Those are
more
rookie numbers.
vernaculum
We can
rolls
get-
to do.
We can get those numbers higher.
They just get low.
Those are rookie numbers. Well, it's
I roll it.
It's all 1. It can't get lower.
Yeah, I rule it that if you roll lower, it just stays the same.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense that it would lessen.
It kinda does, because it's basically fighting for your love on a supernatural level. So, like...
Actually, wasn't feeling the vibes at that last blood orgy. Taking you down a number.
Look, when he made eye contact when our balls touched, that was very unappreciated. I just did not like that. I'm sorry, but it's a social faux pas for a goddamn reason, Matthew. You don't do that.
Oh, see, Matthew just stares at everybody because he doesn't blink anymore.
Oh. To be fair, I mean, it would make sense that everyone would be like, I don't know, the vibes at the orgy were kind of off Ida, because she just kind of sticks around Joshua. She's just like, this is horrifying.
Don't worry. Juan and Iron Skull do not give you a choice.
Oh, no.
Vanessa, Bin, Fang, Iron Skull, and Wand basically will at some point rotate between all of you.
I was gonna say, if Lizzie's figured out how to incubus humor herself, she probably does it to herself just for the kick. If that's a thing that's doable. If not, she definitely asks Bin Fang to do it again.
You know, it doesn't. I don't think it says anywhere that you can't use it on yourself, but also doesn't explicitly say what happens if you use it on yourself.
Worst
All right.
case, I have the rolls necessary to cure it.
So, from that point, we move to, at some point, you all get together, and Natalie has the room. She wanted to have a conversation with y'all.
Yeah, I think Elizabetha would be the first person that I find, because I do just want to talk to her first, and then,
Okay.
gather with everybody else.
Natalie with Elizabetha. Solo, go ahead.
Hey, I might need to ask a favor of you.
Oh, sure. What do you need?
So I owe Bin Fang some blood. So just every now and then, after I finish seeing somebody at my work, I'll just need you to come by and get a little bit of their blood.
Ah, sure, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Did she say how much you needed, or any other information, or just...
Pickups will be weekly or monthly, whichever is easier for us, and it's for more of a back storage, however you'd call it. So, the more the better.
All right, then. Well, the clinic doesn't get many visitors at night, unfortunately. I'm still kind of racking my brain on working around that limitation, but, yeah, I guess whenever you need help, just let me know.
Yeah. She said, once I've, knocked him out,
If you're...
you can just come in.
Oh, of course. I was going to say, if it's not overly complicated, if you wanted me to show you how to do a blood draw, although I guess, you could just bite them and I guess collect it in a jar or something, but yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah, if just let me know, and yeah, let me know. I can help out.
All right. However it ends up working out. Maybe I'll try it myself, and if it doesn't work, then I'll call you in.
All right. Well, whatever works for you, I am at your service.
Wonderful. Now I do need to bring some news to everybody else, including you.
Oh, sure. I was going to say, actually, before we started, did you want to have the conversation? Like, did you come to find Lizzie at the clinic? Because the only two places she pretty much goes are the house and the clinic. That's it.
Yeah, probably.
And the Sire's camp, but that's about it.
Real quick, our house is separate from the tavern, right?
Yes.
Or is it the same?
Yeah,
Our house is the bottom right building.
Yeah, where we're all sitting in front of right now.
Perfect. All right.
Real quick, because I don't think you got to actually see this, so let me drag you over to where the tavern is.
I will also add above table while we're in this transition period. You could just have Lizzie obfuscated in the corner while you knock them out. And then have her draw the blood once they've been knocked out. Air quotes.
I'll put a chair in the corner for you.
Yeah.
Can you obfuscate someone else? Because Lizzie doesn't have any points in obfuscate.
You don't have obfuscate?
Nope.
I mean, it's one of my clan abilities, but I did not put any points into it.
Wow.
Oh.
I went Demontation and Auspex.
Alright. Never mind then.
Yeah. The benefit on the other hand is my Auspex is already at 4.
Oh my god, yeah, okay, that's fair.
But Natalie, that is the tavern.
Good to know.
is on the other side of town. This is how big it is because you can't really see it from down there. On the other side of town, so that you guys aren't bombarded with noise whenever you need privacy. All right. Meow 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 meow. All right.
Alright, sure. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say everyone gathers at the house.
Is. Alright, Sugar, you guys all brought up here together.
So I know we're all looking forward to the what is there a particular like time that the next orgy is centered around? Is it end
It
of
is
the year?
always it is every month at the start of the month.
Oh, are we doing the thing next month? I thought you said something about year.
Yeah, it's every
Yeah.
month.
Yeah. I said at the end of the year I have to roll. So basically, before next session, I have to roll 12 Viniculum ratings. Sorry,
Oh, I see.
11.
But at the
'cause you already
next
did
one, we're gonna undergo the trial, or is that?
No. Oh, sorry. You meant the True Sabbat thing. The True Sabbat trial.
Yeah, I assume that
trial.
would be happening like after a blood orgy or something, before one. Who knows?
It'll
Or is
be
those
before
separate?
one, and it's gonna be,
Okay.
it's gonna be a year from now.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, in a year from now, our of course, monthly blood orgy that we all look forward to so much. I've been informed it's going to be a little bit special. I'm not sure how much y'all know about this next step in our rise. But kind of just to cut straight to it, we're going to be branded. So maybe prepare for
Oh.
that psychologically. I'm going to be
We're gonna
trying
get
to
branded
sit
like
near
we're
fires a
fucking
bit
cattle?
more. What's that?
Like, yeah. What he said.
We're
Like
gonna
a
get
cow?
branded like we're goddamn fucking cattle.
I don't know any other way of branding other than getting something really hot and pressing it to your skin. So I assume that's the method it's going to use. I mean, they're magic. We're magic. So could be something fun.
Aren't
But yeah,
we-
it's going to hurt.
Aren't we kind of, flammable?
Well, I mean,
Is-
cows flammable? They don't catch on fire when you do it to them.
We ain't
Yeah,
cows
alright.
though.
Also, aren't
Are people
gifted
more
with
flammable
eternal
than cows?
life.
Yeah, that's
We're not, Natalie. We're not people anymore.
I mean,
why we were?
I just mean Sugar,
I don't think
like,
we're more flammable now. If anything, we'd be less flammable.
I mean, the
That ain't how that
sun
works.
burns us to ash, honey.
Sun
And
is
I don't
something
know if you've
different.
Reacted to
What do you
any
think of
of
sun
them
as a big thing of
campfires?
fire? No, sun is sun.
No, I think the question here is, does the inherent
Do people know
fear
that the
and
sun is fire?
panic that we feel from fire also extend to, I guess, hot metal? Where'd you hear this from?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be
who told
real
you,
bad.
Who told you they're going to brand us?
Binfang.
How the fuck are we getting branded for?
She
It's
didn't
a
mention any
show
of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look, she told me to tell you all. It's not like I'm slipping the beans or anything.
dedication, I suppose.
Yes. Exactly.
Loyalty.
We're just. It's a little, pain tax is all. Then we get to keep doing cool stuff.
How
A
big is
pain
it?
tax.
How big was the scar? She had one too, so we know we're gonna survive.
So this branding was, I want to say, about 5 inches tall, 6 inches tall. So
It was a sword,
Six-
so narrow.
yeah, but it was a sword like a cross. So like it has a cross guard. So it's
Gotcha.
it's about a 6x4.
Look, it's gonna suck real bad, and then we get to go back to having this great life.
Oh, that's what that scar is from.
Oh, have you seen one?
Oh, you've all seen them.
Oh yeah, I guess
Fun.
we would have seen them because we've all seen them.
Yeah, I'm sitting. I was sitting here for
Oh,
a second.
that's
It was
why
like,
they
oh,
all
Ben
have
Fang has
that.
a scar, and then like the record scratched. It was like, no, I've seen all of these people naked.
Oh,
Why the
well.
fuck are we got?
Actually, yeah, now that this has been pointed out, during however many previous blood orgies, like, has Lizzie noticed any of the other sires with, like, clear, visible, like, burn
Yeah.
scars now that she knows what to look for?
They're not always in the same place, but they all have the exact same scar, which Ben Fang has on her back right shoulder blade. Iron Skull has it on his front right pectoral. Howard has it on his left pectoral.
Hot.
Oh, they
Matthew.
match.
Matthew.
This is on the butt. Right?
Okay, Matthew has a slightly different
Tramp
one.
stamp.
No, Matthew's actually is the expanse of his entire back.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Okay.
it is basically the cross guard goes across his shoulder blades, and then the handle goes up his neck, and then the blade goes down his back to his tailbone.
That would be so fucking. I guess it's branded. It would have to be multiple brandings, though.
Yeah. So basically, it started at his neck and
They
rolled
heat up
downward.
like the thing on like a table or something. He has to like lay down. Is the only way I can imagine.
I
like,
guess they could do
that
that,
whole
yeah, if
thing.
they wanted to do it all at once.
So yeah, just was told to keep y'all aware. Apparently, some practice being around fire can kind of help you prepare a bit.
Oh, good to know. Well, on the plus side, I guess at least we know it's clearly survivable.
Right?
Yes. Okay.
Some kind of magic or something, because I mean, I healed up fine after I've been like struck and hit by stuff. So
That is a good point. I wonder if how would the scar stay if we? I guess we could. Do we just choose to not? I'll have to ask Bin Fang next time.
I mean, it sounds fairly ritualistic.
Oh, I'm sure.
there's Definitely some non-sense going on.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
again, it's two.
Nearly a year away, so no sense getting too worried about it now. We'll definitely have time to prepare, and if what I've been told is any indication, we might not have the same mindsets a year from now. It all seems a little confusing, but well, it's a lot of time.
Oh. You mean like the paths and stuff?
I told you about that too.
Yeah, I spoke with Iron Skull, got real good lesson on where we're from, what we are. I tried to get a little bit more in learning on how to be.
It's kind of funny. I think most of my lessons have been on how to be less of what I was and not so much more of what I'm becoming, but I guess there was a lot of me before, so that's kind of fair. Oh, have any of your sires mentioned the fact that we're technically being recruited for a war?
What?
Yeah, well, not my sire, but I did speak on it a bit with Iron Skull.
No,
Yeah,
but
apparently it's our job to track down and destroy ancient Cainites, I guess, that have strayed from. I took notes. They're somewhere.
The antediluvians, they're the older you get, the less have a handle on your mind. The more powerful you get. I'm sure y'all have noticed it's a little bit easier to lose control of your strength at times. I've broken a
Looks at
couple of
Anders.
glasses without really thinking about it, or I think, Natalie, you're a bit tougher than normal, so just sometimes without even thinking about it, you maybe not get a paper cut or something. Take a hit easier than you normally would.
You
So
know, y'all have
Nat-
done a pretty good job of protecting me. So,
Natalie,
yeah, pretty easy go.
have you had sex since you've been a vampire?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You have to ask guys to fuck you harder.
There you go.
Yeah, that was more of what
mean more
I
than
was kind of
before,
trying
is
to
what you're
lean
saying?
into. It's like, you gotta ask to be hit a little harder to feel it. So it's just sort of like, the longer you go, the less you really control the powers, and the more they control you. And so when those antediluvians wake up, well,
Now,
It's
this begs
not-
a bit of a question, though.
hmm,
There's gonna come a time where we're to do what we're doing to them, what made us this way, and actually we're gonna have to have somebody do that to us, because I don't think anyone here is planning to die.
Now, not ever.
no, but I mean, them antediluvians are tens of thousands of years old. And also, they didn't really have the knowledge that we have now, so it might be preventable.
Wait, they're called antediluvians?
Mm-hmm.
As in the time period?
Yeah.
There's a,
Seems
there's a
like it.
time, there's a time period called antediluvian.
Oh, shit.
Before the
It-
flood.
Something
It-
like that.
Yes, it's before Noah's flood.
Oh yeah, the thing with the boat and all that.
Hmm. So, you know
You
Cain.
didn't go to Sunday
and-
school?
Y'all know Cain and Abel, which their tale is where Cain comes from. And so the antediluvians would have been shortly after Cain. So they would have been the ones that he embraced. Hence, they're from before the flood.
Just staring at Anders, see if there's any recognition.
There's like, he's definitely got the look of like a school child that's trying really hard to pass a test, but no matter how hard he tries, he just can't summon knowledge he doesn't have.
So, I'll break it down real simple. You know Noah's flood, yes?
Yeah, the water times.
Yes. Before
Wait,
that.
but do you actually, or are you just saying you do?
I heard the tale.
Okay,
Big
okay.
man in the sky said, "Hey, rain." And
Everybody kind of sucks. I'm gonna flood the earth. You save all the animals.
Yeah, get everything you like on a boat, and that's why we got dogs, sheep, and ain't no weird things strutting about like them.
Dinosaurs been rediscovered.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not really a discussion.
What a disappointment.
Christianity
Imagine
wise
not
at this
knowing
point.
dinosaurs existed. What a sad.
I mean, we do know about fossils at this time, but it's not like a huge. Actually, I think the fossil wars are currently going on right now. But unless
it
you're
sounded
in the
fun.
scholarly area, it's not something you care about.
Imagine being a little kid and not asking another child, "What's your favorite dinosaur?"
Right? That's
Well,
crazy.
I got going for this.
Crazy.
So that's why there's none of them giants running around because they're all dead.
The giants.
Oh my god,
Good.
wow, yeah, we are smack in the middle of the fucking Bone Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the time before the flood was called the antediluvian era, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, antediluvian era. So anyone
Who has
from
the most
that era,
theology?
yeah, anyone from that area would be called an antediluvian. In that Vegas sense. Does that make sense, Sugar?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
and the anti-determinan elites are from the anti-whatever era, kind of whatever.
Yeah,
y'all
you
know what
you
I
have the
mean.
gist of it.
I know exactly what you mean, Sugar. You got it figured out.
Yeah.
Don't need to worry too much about it because I take it they'll teach us more when we're ready, and it doesn't seem to be something impacting us immediately. All you really need to know is there's some really old vampire or really old Cainites out there sleeping away, and one day they might wake up, but it's nothing that we need to worry about in this exact moment.
Are all the things that turned out to be real, that, fairy tale likes, are they Cainites? Like, are those troglodytes? Some offshoots
No.
Cainites?
No,
Okay.
I didn't get much on it, but I heard there are other things called prodigals. So I do know that
No,
there
they,
are.
they are not telling you about anything else yet.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But I do. We did come across werewolves. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
they said the troglodytes were like corrupted spirits, something. I was a little bit more caught off guard by the fact that I watched a wolf turn into a woman.
That was
I still can't believe I wasn't there for that. Oh well.
What were you doing?
Hmm?
Oh, reattaching
I
your
was-
hand. That's right.
Yeah, I was putting Arnold's hand back on. Well, I was watching Howard put Arnold's hand.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't think they're Cainites.
Yeah, I suppose it stands to reason if things like us exist, there's no reason to believe that other things that go bump in the night, so to speak, aren't also out there. So
Oh, fuck. That means ghosts are real, isn't it?
it's
Might?
certainly possible.
But I mean, if
Spirits certainly are, whether or not they're attached to a body is...
although the spirits seem to be more of the natives' concept of spirits, like every tree has a spirit. That's how I've understood
Right, sorry,
it.
I said spirit, I meant to say soul.
Yeah. I don't know if ghosts will be real, because if we're from Cain, that would mean God's real, and if your God's real, then ghosts ain't real, because your soul
mean-
either goes to heaven, hell, or purgatory.
Hey, but imagine if we kill, but we're gonna be killing a lot of people. If ghosts are real, we're gonna get haunted as shit. It'd be the
What?
worst.
Well, this is
Wait,
gonna-
hold on.
Now realizing this is going to make a lot of statements that I loudly declared during my upbringing a bit problematic. There's never really much for religion growing up. I didn't really have time for it with my schooling.
My schooling was religion.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions on the Bible or anything, I've read it front to back, so I'm happy to help.
Where's werewolves in the Bible?
There are werewolves in the Bible, sugar. So I'm not quite sure where that comes in. But there aren't really vampires in the
Right, because it
Bible,
wasn't
but-
written by a vampire. Only the vampires know about the vampires enough to write about them.
Yeah, they
that
weren't
makes
creatures
sense.
like us in the Bible. But, I mean, if we came from Cain, and they do mention the sons of Cain in the Bible, those marked by the beast, which is what we are, so... And you do have to remember that the Bible was written by people, told what to write by God, at least for the First Testament, or the Old Testament. So, just whatever God wanted us to know, and if He didn't want us to know about Cainites or werewolves, then He wouldn't have had them write it in there.
Anyways, we're gonna get branded.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about that.
We can spend some time practicing
Well, if
here,
you're-
being near fire, I suppose.
If you're particularly worried about it, I can see about possibly lending you some painkillers when the time comes.
Man, that's just
Don't
gonna
eat
piss
stuff
him
like
off.
that
You don't
no
want to
more.
do that.
That stuff don't work unless I drink it from someone, remember, sugar?
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to drug someone up and let me feed off them, maybe. We
Wait,
can
what
figure
happens if
something.
you take it and then I drink
Oh,
off
we-
you?
Nothing. You just get bound to me. But if I feed off someone and then who
Right.
took it, and then you feed off me, it might give you something.
How do you think I've been getting sloshed all these nights?
Yeah, I'm just saying if I fed off you, then once you fed off them, I might feel something, but I don't think it's
For what it's
quite
worth, it
worth
was
trying.
mostly. For what it's worth, it was mostly a joke to lighten the mood. If they're calling it a trial, I don't imagine we'll be permitted
allowed.
to.
Oh,
beef.
Yeah.
We just have to.
But it's a ways away. No
Get
sense in
through
getting
it.
worried about it before we get to it. We've still got the better part of a year ahead of us.
All them
Not like that's gonna go by in a week or something.
meetings to,
God damn it.
I guess all the meetings that we've been going to try and numb us up to this sort of stuff. I guess it's working.
You've been a little bit loosened up, right? Having a bit of fun.
Yeah, fun. Let's call it that. I ain't too big on these monthly meetings myself.
I keep telling you both, if you want to enjoy them more, I don't mind improving your experience. I've offered.
I'm alright.
Suit yourself.
I just shut my brain off while they're going on, so think about something else. Which, that reminds me, Lizzie, I've been kind of compiling a little info on all the infrastructure in town, and I was wondering, did you have anyone in mind for hiring in the clinic?
I'm still trying to figure out. I need someone. I need someone who can man the facility in the day and at least isn't completely inept. Luckily, no one in town seems to be particularly rough other than Alex, but he's never gotten worse than, like, broken bones, and those set pretty easily. I don't know. I'd rather have someone younger because they just tend to make better students.
Well, you're always...
I know we had talked about putting word out and seeing if we could possibly use my family name to attract anyone. I don't...
We can do that for sure. We always do have, Amy. Miss Lindermeyer. She's not trained in the same sense that you are, but she seems to have a little bit of a medical inclination. And that new girl in town, Sansom daughter, I don't know if she has medical training specifically, but she seems a scholarly type, and I'm sure you could take her on as an apprentice of some sorts.
I definitely haven't seen her without a book in her hand, so I at least know that she's an avid reader. Certainly
And I'm
beneficial.
sure none of the men would complain of her treating them. Though, I think maybe possibly... I think taking those two under your wing and also sending out a word for a male doctor to come in. No offense in your ability. I trust you fully, but it's sort of a similar situation I'm in, and I have to figure out who's going to be the mayor.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely consider it. It does have its advantages. Luckily, people tend to be not quite as picky when, you know, the alternative is bleeding out, but I definitely see your point.
Yeah. Other than that, Uh, is there anything y'all have been wanting to open up? I've got plans for finishing up City Hall. Of course, we have your tavern, Natalie, and got the jail, which will have the sheriff's office in it, along with the cells for you, Ander, and all of the men that you decide to take in with you. And then your clinic, of course, with the doctor's office there and the treatment beds included in it. I'd like to eventually have a schoolhouse of some kind. We ain't got no little uns, but we do have quite a few people who ain't educated, and I think that might help. Of course, Father Raymond I've been speaking with on getting a church set up and hopefully a cemetery. It might feel a bit presumptuous to build it so soon, but I have a feeling we might be burying people a bit sooner than we'd like.
I mean, especially with dead bodies, it's better to have a place to put them and not need it than have dead bodies and nowhere to put them. That's how you get infection, so... Seems reasonable.
And I've also
the
been
father's
wanting
been
to get...
trying to build his church as well.
Yeah, I've been talking with him on that, and hopefully we can get something set up. I also want to get us a general store if we can, and possibly speaking with Ernest on getting him a gunsmithery set up of some sorts. I know he likes tinkering with them, and having someone with that knowledge and able to produce some guns in town would be really useful.
I'm plumb keen on him. He's seems to be a good sort. Wouldn't mind having someone fix us up something better than what we got now. I've seen what we've seen what's down in them tunnels, and having something that's more of a deterrent, I guess is the word.
Something
Would
with
be
a little
mighty
bit more
handy.
kick to it.
Yeah, just maybe some scatter guns or something fancy like that.
Yeah.
Higher
Yeah, no.
calibers wouldn't be too bad.
Not gonna lie, I've taken a bit of an interest in firearms since coming out here. I didn't really have much knowledge beyond being able to use one, but it's growing on me, I must say.
Certainly. I
Anyone
just
need
had
some-
one.
Anyone looking for some of those means to use them, I'm happy to teach them, by the way.
Oh, for sure, that would be wonderful. My final thing was then asking if y'all had any ideas of who you'd like to put forward as an option for mayor. I've been thinking on asking Mr. Silverstone. I know he's a bit older, but he seems a kindly sort, and I think he was a lawman for a while before he retired.
Wouldn't be the worst idea for the law, but
And we
Maybe
could
that,
always put it up to the citizens to decide as well if they have anyone that they'd particularly like to follow. It would be easier to have them united behind a leader they chose than one that we necessarily forced on them. But granted, the community's pretty
Yes.
close knit, so I don't think we have to
I
worry
was
too much
also
about that.
thinking of just picking someone and sort of manipulating the polls to make sure they're the one that's elected, and making people thinking they have a choice in it. I know it's a little.
That is fair. If you
cruel.
want to be more hands-on with it, you're definitely welcome to do that.
I kind of want to be mayor and keep things orderly as best I can, but
well,
they
then hold
ain't
on
too-
now.
Oh, I mean, I assumed whoever was in charge, we were going to be pulling the strings on. I just didn't know how much involvement you wanted to have in the election process itself. If you want to rig the election, by all means, go ahead. I have no qualms with that.
You have a problem, Amanda?
Well, you say you want someone real familiar with the law and all. That's all well and fine, but something comes to mind is that if you're looking to keep things orderly and neat, organized, and all that stuff, searching for someone who's all smart in them kind of ways will Well, lighten the load, so to say, for your job. I mean, you don't exactly go get a farrier to be your blacksmith all the time. It's a specialty there.
Yeah,
But
I was trying to figure someone like that, but unfortunately, the only people that seem to be like that are one of them families, and I considered approaching James Fairchild about it, but I realized that if I do, that'll be a right problem. It'll fuss up the Pride Flowers and the Sandsums split much since they all's gonna be running their ranches, and I don't want to come across him giving his family some leniency in taxes or some sort.
well,
Yeah, he seems like he definitely seems like the type to throw his weight around. There,
Hmm.
well,
And
hold
of
on now. Who
course,
said that was a bad thing? Keep in mind, we're basically putting somebody up on a little post saying they're the mayor. Well, you're the one digging a dab hand out behind the back there. So, having someone be sweet on you for doing you a favor too
yeah.
by
But if the rest of the citizenry thinks he's an arrogant ass, then they're going to be less likely to follow him, and then we have to deal with that.
well, yeah, but that
What about?
some things
I know
don't
he
gotta be
joined.
public knowledge, you know.
I know he joined I know he joined us after the fact, but it's been a number of months, and the community's grown pretty tight. Like, what about Ernest? He seems worldly, if nothing else.
Mr. Barnaby.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, we do have two Ernests now. No, Mr. Northam.
Could that happen? Look,
Mr.
all I'm saying is, the
Mordecai's
smarter
friend.
the person you put
Oh,
in charge.
Yes, I was
believe
going
he's one of
to
your
approach
acquaintances.
Mordecai and Ernest as well. They do have business elsewhere. They was hired to come down and do the geological and geographical studies. So I wanted to approach them and ask them a little bit more.
If you want him to
Tell 'em,
stay in the
but
town, giving him a position of leadership is definitely a good way to get him to put down roots.
yeah, it is. Um, but also having them being able to go out and tell people about the town is also handy.
I do.
So I was gonna ask them about it and see their interest in it. So it was between Ernest Mordecai and Mr. Silverstone.
As charming and wonderful as he is, I don't see a lot of leadership potential in Mordecai. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think
what
he
you
would be
want?
wise as a mayor.
The smarter person we put in charge, the more likely they are to figure out what we are.
Well, it
Yes,
doesn't
which
matter.
is why I'm
You are
going
for
to
controlling.
make him similar to Joshua,
Fair point.
or even
Actually,
Oh, that
more
would be
in line
good
with
too.
Red Horn.
That
Yeah,
this
that does
brings
kind of cut
mind.
through that. Okay, yeah.
If I might offer another suggestion there. That James fella, he technically don't run the ranch no more. Yeah?
Technically, no, but he is the patriarch.
But well, say we make him a little offer, you know. Like you said, bring him in about as much as Red Horn and feed him a little bit of blood to keep him sweet on us. Maybe offer a small benefit no one needs to know about, and well, he'll be plumb and full of vigor like he ain't never been before, and that must be attractive to a man his age.
Yes, but again, putting him in charge is certainly gonna ruffle feathers with Sansom and Pride Flowers. I'd really
Oh,
rather
that's who you're
avoid.
talking about.
Yeah, James Fairchild.
No, I was talking about.
We have two
Oh,
Jameses
yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a common name, sugar.
They need to invent new names.
But this is a problem with small towns. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to use first and last names, honey.
Oh no, that was who I was thinking about. My mistake.
Yeah.
I was hearing Silverstone, and I'm like, wait, what? Wasn't his name something else? And I got
Henry
them all confused.
Silverstone is the one that I'm most gunning for.
Oh no,
He's
we have a
been with
James
us
and a Chip.
while,
Okay.
and I trust Henry Silverstone. He's a little bit older, but he's experienced as a lawman, and I think he'll make good judgments for the people. And also, my biggest thing is this person's mostly gonna just be the face. I'll be making
Right.
a lot of the solid decisions.
That's mostly why I was suggesting the election. Like, you can just let the citizens do their popularity contest and figure out who they are most willing to listen to, and then whoever that ends up being, you can just, you know,
Yeah, that'll also
whatever
work,
with.
but I'm also a little worried on that. Fairchild or Sansom rigging the election in their favor. I'm still probably gonna have an election, but I'm definitely going to make it in my favor.
Oh, just to be clear, I'm just offering my opinion and advice. You can handle this however you choose to. I'm not going to judge either way.
Well,
You
then
seem to
I've
have-
got some.
You seem to have your plans, and I'm very happy to sit back and let you do those. I don't particularly have a head for politics.
Fair enough. Alrighty then. Well, I'll keep this list then of potentials in mind. And I'll speak with them on their interest in it. More so in just seeing in how much I need to sweeten the pot for them, rather than them really having much of a choice in the matter.
All right. I think we'll wrap up there. And we'll call it here for the evening, my sweet little fledglings. And lovely chatters.
Yay!
Alrighty. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, wonderful players, for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a slower session in terms of what all was going on. Funnily enough, not every session is going to be super high intensity explosion. A lot of it's going to be interpersonal character relationships and how you handle those or choose not to handle those. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and we will be back here next week, which is also a year from now, but also next week.
Yay, we're supporting the town.
I dissociated. What happened?
We are now in next session, and all right.
Man, it's been a year.
I will catch you all later. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
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 Whoosh.